welcome again. It's good to see so many familiar faces here, and also welcome to new joiners. We are from Visual Agilists, Denmark and Sweden. It's a meetup group where we like to explore the use of visual aids, mainly in the context of Agile and Scrum, but it's also become even more important in these virtual online setups that we're all going through within these days. My name is Stine, and we also have Pavel here. And today, for the next 50-ish minutes, our guest star of this meetup is Jimmy, who's waving now to us, and who's been so kind to join us. And his use of visuals is a good match to the topics we usually cover here in this group. So looking forward to see what you have for us.
Thank you, Stine. Nice to see you all, and thank Pavel and Stine for inviting me. I will talk about flow through visualization, and this is an adaptation of, I guess, a talk I've been doing many times. So when I learned that you usually do more interactive sessions, so I tried to twist it around, and hopefully enough of you have energy left from after the working day to be a little bit creative. It's not going to be any super challenging, but hopefully fun stuff. Okay, so what is my challenge to you? Well, pretend it's a clean the house day in your house or apartment. So the whole family, I don't know how many you are, you have to decide that. Maybe pretend you're 4 people and there's a kitchen, living room, I don't know. It's clean the house day. You haven't done it for a while and you're expecting important guests this evening. I don't know, something like that. So I wanted to draw a visualization that will help you plan the work, but also using the same visualization, being able to kind of follow up on the progress throughout the day.
Okay, so yeah, in our group with Chris and Sasha, we discussed 3 different ways. So yeah. Last for one, but I have all 3 on one paper sheet. So this is like the list with checkboxes that if something is done or to do, with icons that represents things to do, to be done.
Yeah.
Then we have like the flat map with different rooms and stages, like this is to be cleaned and like in progress, or you can live here already, right? Yeah. And then we have the Kanban board with the things to do, like very simple Kanban board.
Love it. 3 very different ways to visualize.
We try to turn it all around, so it's not the board that's in focus, but the physical environment. So it could be like you add post-its on everything that should be cleaned, and then you're bringing the post. Every time you finish something, you bring the post-its to the board and with their name. Or another way to do it physically is to laying out the room, the route that you have to walk around the house, and then clean by swarming. So the whole family is moving from room to room, and then you can just measure how long the line is.
But you can never capture reality. So if this weird wooden 3D animated 3D object in the middle, if that represents reality is always far, far, far more complex than you ever can visualize. But still, it's important that we try. But depending on how from which perspective we're trying to capture what's going on, or how we're describing our plan, it's going to look differently. It's almost like we're shining a light on reality, and the visualization we have is a shadow we cast. But depending on how we choose to visualize the work, that visualization, that shadow, is going to promote and trigger different kinds of discussions. And in extension, the way we visualize is going to promote and reward certain kind of behaviors. So we still have the same problem in the middle, we still have the same work, but depending on how we visualize it, it's going to shape our conversation, and we're going to optimize for different things.
We've done something very similar, not exactly the same, but very similar to it, and people just completely ignore it anyway. Or do things like, oh, well, say you have 4 boxes, then they have their 4 things, but they're actually working on 3 more things that they just haven't talked about. Do you have any quick tips for how to work around that?
No, not work around, but maybe if you as a team you have agreed, yes, let's try, this is important, make it top of mind on a daily basis. For example, this is one of the slides I skipped. So regarding just that, just have a calendar, digital or physical, just a grid like this. And by the end of the daily stand-up, you ask yourself, are we honoring our WIP limits? Yes, we are. Okay, green dot. If someone goes, no, look over here, we're cheating, red dot. And
That's great.
Just making that dot on a daily basis is gonna force you to debate. Is it important? Do we really want to? Yes, we want to. Top of mind. And you can have this for other, because WIP limits is about human discipline. And you can have this for other attitudes as well. Maybe to the right here, you can see, maybe we as a team have decided that we want to have fewer open bugs than today than yesterday. Is that true or false? We want the urgent lane to be clear by the end of the day. Was that true or false yesterday? If we want to, we can hit the release button today. True or false? So if you have some important behavior, well, this could be something to kind of have that on top of the conversation every day.